Hello, this is Mr. Inadequate. This is Baldur Gate 3. I'm not going to show you any gameplay. I'm going to do a discussion. Now, the background to the discussion is playing last night. I got presented with Gale's demand to be given powerful artifacts to eat, basically to feed this black hole of sorcery or whatever it is that's within him. And it got me to thinking about the companions. And I went on the Steam forums for Baldur's Gate 3 and I asked what people thought about the companions and if there were companions they really wouldn't want in their group because they were problematic. I can Actually, all of them are, but Gale seems to me very problematic because of his need to eat items. Asterion is a vampire, and that's a problem. And Shadowheart, I'm not really sure what Shadowheart is. She could be a devotee of Shar, but it was mentioned that she had been mind washed and she doesn't remember what she really is. She just has this quest that was given to her to return the artifact that she has to Baldur's Gate. Then there is Lizelle, who I actually like. She's, you know, kind of butch, but she's a Giftling, and nobody likes her because she doesn't like anybody who isn't like her. And then there's Will, who I guess has a succubus attached to him, and he's kind of very vague. We don't really know much about what he wants or what he is or any of that. Now, having said all that, I like to role play games like this. So if I'm role playing good, I'm going to be looking at who I think can help the party move forward in a good way. Lizelle is a liability because she just wants to get cured and go back to her people. Shadowheart's a liability because is she good? Is she evil? Is she alive? Is she Memorex? Gale, Gale's got an addiction, man, and he needs to feed that addiction. Same with Asterion. Asterion's got an addiction, the lust for blood. And he doesn't want to get rid of the tadpole if he can control it because it allows him to not be controlled by his master and it allows him to walk around in the daylight. And Will, if you don't know who or what somebody really is, how is he not a liability? That's from the good standpoint, as I would play a good character. Now, from an evil standpoint, you don't really care about any of them because you're probably looking to kill them later anyway, or at the very least, use them and abuse them. So, this is just a short discussion video. Maybe you guys can get back to me what you think. I like to role play games like this. I started playing Dungeons and Dragons in '78. And so I like Dungeons and Dragon games, and I think this is in my opinion, this is one of the best. I won't say I've played everyone, and but this one I really like. Now, I could, you are given the opportunity, there is a way to do it, to make your party of your own characters, and you can make a party that is all good people, and you can make a party like Tarly Drow of the Loth perspective, or anything in betwixt and between. That they allow you that ability means to me that, I mean, one of the things I got blasted on was these are the companions that Larian gave us, and we have to respect that and use them. Well, that's not necessarily true. La- Larian gave us a game that we're supposed to role play, in my opinion, and do get through the storyline to the best of our ability. That could possibly mean that there's people they put in the game to see what you do with them, and maybe getting rid of them is the best way to deal with them. Now, a lot of the people that responded that role play wise, good or evil, they would never want a Styrian in their group, even evil, because a vampire is not their kind of evil. And I can see the point in that. Now, I look at it this way, good or evil, role play wise. Who do I think will benefit me the most? And you see them right there. Shadowheart, Lae'zel, and Will. Gale, the problem with Gale is if he dies, he's going to freaking blow up if you don't do something immediately. Astarion, I caught him trying to suck my blood once in one cutscene, and I'm sorry. I no, just no. Go away. Don't bother me, boy. Well, you need a thief. Well, my ranger.
Is that blood?
Oh,
No,
hold on.
never mind.
Let's see if it shows us. Yes, I gave him urchin, which gives me stealth and deception. Deception gives me an advantage to picking lots, and I haven't had any problem with him picking lots. And disarming traps. So, you can work around not having a Starion in your group. I don't really need him. I've got a Beastmaster Hunter, or Ranger rather. I have a Cleric who
My faith protects me.
I've got a couple heals on her, and though she's trickster, I pretty much worked it to protect us. Lizelle,
Nothing.
who I made an Eldritch Knight in this playthrough, she's actually, as long as we tried to go to the crash, and we couldn't make it there because the game it's Act One and you can't get there in Act One. But she was understanding of that. Will
Where am I needed?
Warlock really wants to go kill the Goblin King, and I'm on the way to do that. Even though I've been all through the Underdark, well, maybe not all through, but I've been to a lot of places in the Underdark, and I think you need to rescue the Druid from what I've seen so far in order to be able to get the Moon Lamp. Could be wrong on that. I don't know. But you need the moon lamp for Act Two, I believe. And it's just like, I'm not sure what Act Two is going to bring, and I'm definitely doubt I'll see any of it until August, because I doubt that on the 14th of this month that we will be given any part of Act Two. We might get level 5. We're definitely getting the Paladin, as far as I know. What else we're getting, I don't know. There might be changes to Act One in Patch 9, and things will get a little more focused. I mean, in this playthrough, I don't know if I screwed up or not,
Heading out.
but I definitely did a weird thing insofar as I killed the head druid lady, and thinking that that would stop them from locking the druid center out, and it didn't. It's all surrounded with thorns now. All the tieflings are dead, and so and the other thing is, there's a bridge where you come to and you find the guy Rowan, whose party just got wiped, and he tells you about a special artifact that he's trying to find. Well, because I did what I did, he wasn't at the bridge. His party was all dead. He might have even been dead. I'm not sure, but he, I couldn't find him. If he was dead, I didn't find his corpse, and so it changed a lot of things. Having said that, they might change some more things, going into it. I think they kind of even hinted that by the time it releases, the early game will have some added little things to it. So who knows what's going to come in patch 9. Mostly, we'll wait and see. But I wanted to get into the discussion of the companions because of the discussion I had online. And what do you guys think? Do you like Shadowheart? Does she fit in your group? Now, if my player was a cleric, I might not want Shadowheart because two clerics can kind of be iffy. And I am working on a dwarf cleric build that allows him to essentially be quite tankish. I'd still have Lizelle in the party, but I don't think I would need Shadowheart. I would probably have Gale and Asterion in there and with Lizelle until I got Will, and then I'd get rid of Gale. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, and it really doesn't matter because we'll see what happens on the 14th. But, how about Lizelle? If you start as a just a regular fighter or a barbarian, do you need Lizelle? Yes, in some ways you do, because she does give you the crutch uh, quest to be cured, and in Weakom's Rest, she does get you through to at least uh, the the illusion wall without having to fight anybody. Now, I've always had to fight people at the illusion wall, but I'd rather fight them there than have to go through all sorts of booby traps to get to the people I'm trying to fight. So Lizelle, I think, is kind of critical. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. I've played with him and I can't figure him out. I think he's been left deceptively vague. I haven't seen his demon lover, if you will, yet. I mean, I think I saw her in an earlier playthrough, but on this playthrough, I I've seen a lot of things. I haven't seen that. Gale, I'm not sure about Gale. His addiction is too much. Asterion, do you need a vampire in your group? And he's not a real tough character. Even if you make him a elder, well, whatever they call the rogue with magic powers, arcane thief or something like that, arcane rogue. I don't know. And of course, I'll have to check out Paladin. I played all the classes at one time or another. Ranger's my favorite. Cleric, I dabble with. And I'm tempted to make a multi party, 4 of my own characters, all dwarves, and just not go through Weakom's Rest to the Underdark. So, anyhow, that is basically this small video. I just figured I'd add it because it's the holiday season and I was wondering about the whole companion idea. And I definitely reject that. Well, Larian gave us these companions. We have to use all of them. No, no, we do not. We might miss an aspect of the story, but I'm not sure that that's really critical because I don't think all their stories can be successfully resolved in one playthrough. So, this is Mr. Inadequate. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion, pondering, rant, whatever you want to call it, and I will see you next time.